of the Hour.
Shell South Africa and Shell dealers throughout the Republic take pleasure in presenting Easy Money by Guy Metcalf. Easy Money has been specially adapted and produced by Michael Silver for Shell. Easy Money by Guy Metcalf.
Don't think I'm proud of myself, because I'm not. I should feel like several different kinds of heel. But let me tell you the story. My name's Don Bradford. I arrange music for a firm in Timpan Alley, Denmark Street, for the general public. We make records, pop records, and probably not the best either. But it pays the boss, Al Davids. Well, this whole thing started one morning when I went to work, worrying about gambling debts and several other kinds of debts. Now, Sam, my sidekick, was at his desk already writing music.
Morning, all. Morning, Don. Al wants to see you.
Al here already. Wonders will never cease.
Come in, whoever you are.
It's only me, Al. Sam said you wanted to see me.
Don't, baby. Now, listen to me. Listen.
I'm all ears.
Now, sit down, pal. It's happened.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. You've been running this music agency for 10 years now, Al, and it's always happened. What's it this time, a song, a symphony, or a sensation?
Don, baby, this is a sensation. Look, every day I go through 100 songs sent in by people in the street. Sad songs, bad songs, mad songs. Well, every time they miss it. So now, listen, Don, kid, this is a sensation. I kid you not.
Well, what do I do, turn handsprings?
Now, listen to me, pal. In the post, I get a song from one of these little people, these humble folk,
well,
you know.
Just give it to me straight.
Okay, Don, Pally, look. Some doll sends in a song. What is she? A schoolmistress. You get it? A dull little chick with some imagination. A square man, but this one knows music. She understands the dot. Now, this is the greatest.
It's always a great.
Now, look, listen to this lyric. Listen to this lyric, Don boy. Can she become an old flame? And if we meet in the street, shall I remember her name? How did this torment begin? You can't win. Well, that's the first verse. Get it? Now, look, I'll play you the music. I want you to do the arrangement.
No, easy, friend, easy. Look, I've worked for you a long time now, Al. I'll get the band and the singers. I'll do the recording, but I hate to say this. You have something I've never had, Al.
Well, what?
Well, the flair, the nose. You tell me a song will sell 1 million, and it does. I think you're crazy. Well, I'm wrong. Always. Well, I take your word for it. What do you want on this epic?
Oh, I could kiss you, baby. Now, look, I want 3 French horns, 3 guitars, electric bass. I want string quartet, 2 timps, a drummer. I want a trumpet and piano. No, make it electric organ.
Anything else?
Yes, old pal. Now, look, I want you to write to this doll. Her name's, just a sec. Here we are. Her name's Miss Amanda Gleason. Amanda Gleason. Crazy, man. She lives at 13 Devon Terrace, Evandale. Now, look, just say we agree to publish and record this ditty, and we'll discuss the terms with her. Did you see about Benny in the paper?
What happened?
He's in hospital with 2 broken legs. They say he owed Louis the bookie 1,000.
Owed Louis the bookie 1,000?
Well, you know Louis, heart as big as the Palladium. But try her well, she calls the mob in.
Well, I'll look up the name of the hospital, so send him some flowers.
That's right, you do that.
You sure you're right about that girl?
Look, I've always been right before. Now, look, we've got to give her a new name. She can't be called Amanda Gleason. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's got something in there. Amanda. Mandy, that's it, Mandy. Gleason. Well, why not just Glee, like in Happy Mandy Glee? Well, kick the idea around, Doc.
Oh, I'll think it over, sure.
Just run out the flagpole. If it snaps in the breeze, we'll salute it, eh? Now, let's talk about the scoring. What I want, really, is...
Well, I went back to the office and picked up some music paper and started in. Al was usually right. That made me mad because I was usually wrong.
Hey, pal, what's with you?
Well, Sam, don't you start. You sound more like Al every day.
What are you doing in the 3:30 today?
Horse called Rising Sun. With my luck, the sun will rise too late to warm anything. Especially my pocket.
Oh, that's how it goes. Today you lose, tomorrow you win.
Well, for me, tomorrow never comes.
You want to play it cool, man. Look, you gamble too heavily. Me? No, I can strike it off. If I lose, all I have to do is to laugh it off. If I win, well, that's just good luck, and I appreciate it.
Look, be nice, Sam, and just go away. Will you let me finish this score?
Okay. I just wanted to know if you had anything special going on in the races.
Sam was right. I was a gambler. I don't know how it started, and if I could have left it alone, I'd have been, well, not rich, but solvent. I'd started and I couldn't stop. Well, I put it out of my mind till the telephone rang. Don Bradford speaking.
Don, this is Louis.
Well, hello, Louis. Look, I want to bet on the 3:30 at Ainsworth today. Place it two-way.
Don, I'm a bookmaker, the way you're a music writer.
So?
I do it for the money, Don. That's the way I keep my kids at school. That's the way I pay the rent and run my car. Get the message?
Louis, you know I always pay in the end.
You owe me over 300. I'm not worried. You're 2 legs.
But, Louis, you know I always...
Sure, Don, but don't be greedy.
But, Louis...
Don, take a tip from a friend. Stop it now.
Listen, Louis...
Why not? You owe me, and I'll see about your legs.
Louis, that's not like you.
Well, that's the way I am. Be nice. Post me that check, Don. Understand?
Hello? Hello?
Having trouble, Don?
I was cut off. What do you want?
Oh, not a thing, but Al wants to see you.
He picks a great time. What does he want?
Well, how do I know the great man's mind? Why don't you ask him?
Yeah, okay, I'll do just that. Al, I'm just in the middle of that arrangement.
Now, I want to talk to you about that. Take the weight off your feet, kid.
Well, my time is your money.
Now, look, Miss Gleason, that number. Look, we don't even own the rights to it. If she sold it to Central or Music Tone tomorrow, what would we do? Nothing. We lose the biggest hit. Now, you've got the picture.
Well, what do you want me to do then, Al?
Well, send her a cable saying we'll accept the song and we'll publish it. Offer a couple of hundred as an advance.
Oh, it's a lot of money.
Well, this song's worth a lot of money, boy. In fact, the only trouble that doll will have from now on is income tax. Now, do that for me, will you?
You know your own mind, Al. Okay, we'll do. And by the way, I think Mandy Gleason, it's a nice sort of name.
Oh, well, all you need is genius, boy.
And that was what gave me the idea. I was free. I didn't have a wife. There was Amanda Gleason, Miss Amanda Gleason, getting a couple of hundred in advance for what Al thought was a winner. So I was a heel, a low-down skunk. But I sent a note into the office saying I was ill and hurried down to Evandale. 13 Devon Terrace. By the way, I didn't send that telegram. Not then. Hey, mister?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Where is the county grammar school?
Oh, why, down the road about a mile. But they'll all be finished for the day now.
And, Devon Terrace?
That's to your right. You turn at the crossroads, and then you...
It was a pretty little house with roses round the door, and Miss Amanda Gleason was in her garden. She looked like a young country schoolmistress. No makeup, her skirt too long and her shoes too low in the heel, and her hair just pulled straight back. And when I talked to her, I saw she had huge grey eyes and a nice mouth. And they say beggars can't be choosers. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you possibly tell me where I can find the Evandale Arms?
It's on the main road, just off the market square.
Oh, thanks. I must have driven past it.
Yes, you must have done.
I think you've beautiful roses, if I may say so.
Do you really think so? I tried cutting them back, but trees always seem to grow. I'm afraid I'm not much of a gardener.
Well, some people don't have to be. They've green fingers, you know. My mother was like that. Everything she planted just seemed to grow. Just like magic.
Everything I plant seems to wither up, I'm afraid.
It's beautifully peaceful here. I've just had, one of those illnesses, you know. The doctors advised a convalescence in the country, and this seems the perfect place. Between ourselves, is the menu good at the hotel?
Well, they tell me it's wonderful, but I'm afraid I don't frequent hotels a great deal.
Oh.
Of course, the traffic is noisy on the main road, but I think you might find it ideal.
Tell me, I don't want to trespass on your time, but do you know if they have a piano here? You see, my hobby is composing music, and I wondered...
What a strange coincidence. I teach music at the school. I've been writing pop tunes. It sounds ridiculous, but even if I don't make any sort of a success, it's fun.
Isn't it strange? I mean that we're both interested in music. But, you know, I find things seem to happen like that. It's as if there was a sort of, I don't know, a law of nature, kindred spirits.
I've noticed that, too. People do seem to me to have similar interests.
Well, I won't keep you from your garden. Thanks very much.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I was finished. I'm just going to make a cup of tea if you care to join me.
Well, I don't want to presume on your time.
Oh, I assure you aren't doing that, but I think you'd miss tea at the hotel. They're rather strict about their hours, you see.
Well, thanks then. By the way, my name is Donald Bradford.
I'm Amanda Gleason. Do come in.
Well, thank you, Miss Gleason.
I'll put the kettle on.
It was that easy. If Al Davies was right, this was the woman whose only worry would be income tax. And at my first meeting with her, I discovered one significant thing. She was desperately lonely. I waited one day and then I called on her again. Luckily, they didn't have a piano at the hotel, and she seemed glad to let me play on hers.
You play it beautifully.
Well, I'm afraid I'm a bit rusty. I'd love to hear you play.
Oh, not after that. Have you ever considered a musical career, Mr. Bradford?
Well, I'm afraid I sell things, Miss Gleason, but I love the piano. It's my hobby, you see.
Well, I think you have a great talent.
It's a wonderful evening. Why don't we go for a walk? Nothing strenuous, I'm afraid. Doctor said I had to be rather careful about that sort of thing for a week or two.
Very well. I think it's a marvellous idea.
Unless, it's just struck me, we have to consider your reputation, Miss Gleason. I know what these country places are.
Oh, rubbish. We aren't quite as backward as that in Avondale. Let's go, shall we?
I've often thought of writing popular music, you know, but I don't think I have the flair for it. Looks so easy until one tries to do it.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm hopeless at it. I did send one song off to some music publishers, but I haven't heard anything. Of course, it's a bit early yet. I expect I'll get polite notes and rejection slips.
Well, even if you do, you must keep trying. I'd love to hear your song sometime.
Oh, you'd only laugh. Isn't your kind of music?
Oh, it's peaceful here. Wish I could live here forever.
I think you'd find that sometimes it's too peaceful.
Don't tell me you long for the big city.
Well, sometimes, well, yes, I do. I'd like to be part of it. Things happen there. Here, well, every day seems the same as the last. Sometimes I feel like screaming and just running away.
Don't do that, Miss Gleason. Amanda?
I don't think it would matter much to anyone here.
It would matter to me.
It's nice of you to say that. I haven't any close friends. I don't seem to make friends easily. There was someone once.
A man?
Yes, a man. I was very, very fond of him, and I thought he was fond of me. Then, well, he went off, and he promised to write every day, and the next thing I knew, he was married.
Well, Amanda, that happens all the time.
Perhaps I've led a rather sheltered existence.
Yes, perhaps, but don't take it too seriously. It's this way, Amanda. People meet, and sometimes circumstances part them. It's all very sad at the time, but there it is. Life goes on, and we have to go with it.
It never seemed that way to me, Don.
Amanda, don't go off to the city. Not yet. I hardly know you, but... Well, it would mean a lot to me. That's how it was. Don't think I didn't feel every sort of rat, but... Well, I'd met Amanda Gleason, and so far she hadn't heard the glad news about her song. The next step, I thought about it every way, and then I thought of Louis, the bookmaker, and the money and the stack of bills waiting for me back in the city. Yes, the next step was to give her the good news and then marry her. What else could I do? So I made an excuse, rushed up to London, sent her the telegram Al had asked me to send, and went to the office.
Dawn, baby, what's the matter with you? You all right?
Not too bad, thanks. It was one of those bronchial things, you know. I'll get on with that score.
Or did you send that telegram? You know, the one to Amanda Gleason, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're sure you're okay now? But I mean, I want you in there punching on top of your form.
I was going to mention that. If it's all the same to you, I'll take the score home and finish it there, or we'll go for a few days' holiday. I don't feel just right.
Well, you take off and have some kind of a rest. Have a great time, okay?
Yeah, thanks, Al. I'll do that.
Goodbye, boy.
Well, it isn't Don Bradford. What happened to you?
A cold, a cough, you know. Taking a day or two off.
Lucky you.
Well, I'm going to take the score of this song with me and work on that. I'll see you in a day or two, Sam.
Yeah. Oh, a man asked you to phone him. He just said his name was Louis. And he said you'd know.
Oh. Louis. Yeah, I'll phone him later.
He said it was important.
Well, if he rings again, then just tell him I'm ill. So that was it. I had to have hard cash. After those 3 days in the country, it was all back again. All the strain and the worry I had to go through with it. I drove straight down to Evandale and saw Amanda.
Oh, Don, it's wonderful. Come in.
Well, you look excited enough. What's the great news?
Oh, you'll never guess. I had a telegram from a man named Al David. He has an office in Denmark Street. He's going to publish my song.
But Amanda, that's great news.
Oh, but it's more than that. They're paying me an advance of £200. Imagine it.
But this is wonderful.
It's for what they call the option. Look, here's a telegram. Isn't it wonderful?
This is terrific.
I'm so excited. I can do all the things I've ever wanted. I can go to the city and give up my job here, and we're getting the swing of things.
Yes, that's wonderful for you, Amanda.
John, you aren't disappointed. Oh, please don't be.
Amanda, I didn't want to say this. Not yet. Now, well, I have to. Bluntly, I love you.
Oh, Don. Don.
And this changes everything. The song may be a hit, probably will be. You'll be a rich woman up there with all the pop idols and the big swinging city.
Oh, Don, you're a wonderful musician. I have absolute faith in you. And Don, you know I love you too. I never dreamed it could happen to me. I'm so happy. What a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, Don, my darling.
Yes, everything went perfectly just the way I planned it. If Al Davids was right, I was going to marry a rich woman. The bills, the bookmaker, everything would be taken care of. I left her almost in tears with happiness. With a look on her face, it was like something in a dream. And I felt, well, you can guess. Perhaps it was fate. I got my deserts. Walking from her gate to the car, I turned to wave to her. I didn't see the baker's man coming out of the side turning. It's all white. It's all white.
You're in hospital, Mr. Bradford. I'm Dr. Humphreys.
Hospital?
Yes, you were knocked down by a van. Your right leg is fractured, and there's considerable damage to the tendons of the left leg, I'm afraid.
I remember. I remember.
Let me assure you, you'll make a good recovery, but you must lie absolutely still. Now, your fiancée is here to see you.
My fiancée?
Miss Gleason.
Oh, yes.
Well, do you feel fit enough to see her?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Oh, very well, I'll ask her to come in. He's awake now, Miss Gleason. Please come in.
Thank you, Doctor. Oh, Don. Don, just when we were so happy, you poor darling.
Hello, Mandy. Look, have you been waiting long?
Oh, that doesn't matter. It seemed like days until I heard you'd be all right.
This place is all decorated. Flowers. Did you get them?
Of course, darling. Now, all you've got to do is get well. Don't worry about anything at all.
Don't worry. That was great advice. I just drifted off on a cloud of sedation and I still worried. Poor Mandy looked after me like a wife with a badly injured husband. Nothing was too much trouble for her. She even got my birth date from a hospital admission card and remembered my birthday. And the more she did, the more I worried. If I'd have known what was happening in the office, I'd have worried twice as hard.
I've got to see you, Al.
Oh, Sam, sweetheart, you look worried.
Yeah, I just had a tap from Reglan Records. They're releasing a disc called Old Flame. Huh? The lyrics are too much like this one Amanda Gleason wrote.
Oh, no, don't give me heart failure. Is it any good?
Oh, they say it's the greatest.
Oh, and Don Bradford vanished into the blue. Sam, I offered her a couple of $100 for an option.
Worse. The check went out.
Oh, man, oh, man. Well, I suppose that's how the cookie crumbles. We write it off and just pray that she writes a great song next time.
Yes.
Right now, I'll have to go down and see her. Well, that's the way it is, Miss Gleason. I mean, it isn't our fault.
I thought it was too good to be true.
Well, it isn't fatal, honey. Now, look, you keep the couple of $100. That's what we offered you for the option. You can write plenty more songs, eh?
I wouldn't dream of keeping your money if you can't use the song, Mr.
No,
David.
you forget it, honey. Or you'll see tears running down me weather-beaten cheeks. Now, you see, we left this whole operation in the hands of a guy called Don Bradford. I haven't seen him for days. What's the matter?
Did you say Don Bradford?
Yeah, he's a nice fella, but unreliable. What's wrong?
If you don't mind, Mr. David, I'd like to be alone for a little while.
But there I was in hospital, in traction, and I didn't know a thing about this. Oh, everything was fine for me as far as I knew, except I couldn't eat or sleep. I kept seeing her face with that look in her eyes that meant only one thing, that she was in love. And then she came in on that terrible day, but I didn't know then it was terrible. And I just saw her walk across to my bedside, and I kept remembering things. I remembered her walk, her smile, the turn of her head, and all the little kindnesses that weren't kindnesses to her, but well, just Mandy, just the way she was. And I knew I couldn't get through with it. I just couldn't.
Hello, Don.
Mandy,
I have something to tell you.
Well, it can wait. I've something to tell you, Mandy. I don't know how you take it, but... Well, I'm a cheat and a crook and a phony. I came down here to get my hands on some of that money. I had to. I work in Tin Pan Alley for a record company, the same outfit Al Davids runs. Look, I've been a rat all my life, and... Well, this is how it was.
I know.
What do you mean, you know?
I've just seen Mr. Davids. He mentioned your name, and Don, you might as well know there isn't going to be any money. Another company has produced a similar record.
There isn't going to be any money? Oh, Mandy, you're wonderful.
What do you mean?
Well, it gives me another chance. Look, you're a wonderful girl, and I knew I couldn't go through with it.
I don't know what to say. I'm confused. I'll have to think it over.
But that isn't the same as saying no, is it? Mandy...
Don, my boy. Hello, miss.
Good afternoon.
I brought
Louis,
you roses.
how'd you find me here?
Well, as soon as I found where you was, I had to come and say hello.
Anyway, you can't break my legs, pal. A car beat you to it.
What is this about legs? Miss, is he all right in the head?
Well, of course he is.
I came to tell you myself, Don. You know I told you your account was okay because the first 2 legs in the triple came up?
You what?
You lucky sap, the third came up. That means you get 2,000 out of me. Lively Lady won the 3rd leg of your treble.
The treble? Lively... You mean I had 2 legs in? I got it?
You got it. All of it. Well, can I shake your hand or will you fall apart?
Shake, Louis. I'm falling apart already. Look, take the 3:30 at the U-Boat today. Now, if
No, you don't.
You tell him, miss. He got lucky once. That's enough for any man like him.
Well, that's the way it stands. I'm mending fast. You'd think I wouldn't have a care in the world. But I do worry. I worry about Mandy, about things like, can a good woman reform a bad man? Well, Mandy thinks so. She ought to know. Did you ever hear her song called Two Hearts That Beat Down Denmark Street? Well, that's us.
As Don, you heard Michael Mayer. Amanda was played by Linda Stewart, Al by Donald Monat, Sam by Derek Royal, and Michael Silver played the part of Louis. Easy Money was adapted and produced by Michael Silver for Shell.